If your picture isn't complete, that's fine. If you have some blank spots, that's fine. If you're on the fence about something, that's fine. Okay, for the third time, here we go. Hello and welcome to Traffic Talks. My name is Pyro. I hope you are doing well. As you heard, this is the third attempt at trying to record this episode. The first one went haywire, the intro was missing, parts of the episode were missing, there was a weird noise I couldn't get rid of. That's done. Second time around, the neighbor's kid is screaming and I cannot hear myself think. So, hopefully, this is the final countdown for this episode. It's late, I know, it's worth it, don't worry, it's all good. So, let me just jump straight in because like I said, I want to get these a bit shorter just for all around health, mental and otherwise. And here we go. So, today's episode is called Finding Your Future, which I love the title. Like, I put a lot of effort into these things, so yay. Because today we are going to be imagining our future and finding it if you don't know what it looks like. First things first, I've been looking over my past year and just taking stock. And the analogy I'm going to be using is one of a slingshot. So you take a slingshot, you put the little pebble in, and you are the pebble in this analogy. The prep is the slingshot. You put yourself in the slingshot and you pull it back. And the thing is, when you reflect, you pull it back hard. The more you reflect, the harder you can pull it back. The thing is, people forget that there is this pause that happens before you let the slingshot fly and push everything into that little pebble, throwing it forward and flinging yourself into your best life possible, using all your energy. The problem is, the pause is crucial. That little pause is where you pivot, you take aim, and then you let fly. And the thing is, if you let fly in the wrong direction, you could be doing more harm than good, because you could end up going further away from where you actually need to go and have to end up like circumnavigating where you're trying to get to. So the first thing to avoid that is to do some reflection. So for this, I highly recommend my 12 areas of life episode. I will leave it linked down below. That is something you can just skim through if you want to get a basic grasp of the 12 areas. Add your own if you maybe did it already, and just assess where you are in life. It gives you a very beautiful overview of what you've done, what needs a lot of work, and what just needs like minor tweaking and just a little bit of attention, not the full overhaul. Definitely go do that if you haven't done it on your own or heard that episode before. That is a very good place to start. We've done the 20% exercise last week. The 12 areas of life is a good one. I would like to add as homework if you want to go do that, because it's going to be very beneficial going forward. So I've done the exercise I'm going to explain in today's episode, and I did it near the end of last year. I was able to compare my 12 areas of life I did at the beginning of the year to where I was when I did the exercise, which I think was November, and it definitely did help give me some more clarity. So last week's was the 20% rule. Highly recommend the 12 areas of life. And then we're going to move on to today's one. So get out your homework of your 20% rule. Pause if you want to go do the 12 areas and then come back. And then make sure you've got some space and blank pages for today's episode, because you will need quite a bit of time, a whole lot of silence, and just space to reflect and breathe. So get that out and let's move on to the exercise for today. Whatever you like to do before diving deep mentally, I would highly recommend you do that now. Whether it's a meditation, whether it's lighting a candle, or even just removing yourself from your home, going to a park, going to a beach, going to a restaurant, because I did this at a spur in the middle of the week while having lunch by myself. So whatever place is best for you, go there, sit, think, breathe, and then you are going to envision your future and write it down. So what you're going to do is imagine yourself in your ideal future. So close your eyes, and when you open them, you are in this perfect future you envision for yourself. And then if you want to, you can imagine interviewing yourself, and you can ask them about the areas of life. These are The 7 I got from a list on Pinterest. It's called theblissfulmind.com, and these are the 7 ones they placed with questions, and I'm just read through that for you quickly. So financial is the first area. How much do you make annually? What does your home look like? Where are you living? The next one is career, and we will circle back to this when I'm done because it's important. So for career, where are you working? What are you doing? For recreation, what do you do in your free time and what are your hobbies? Number 4, for health, what are you doing to stay healthy? What are you eating? How do you stay fit? Number 5 is relationships. What are your relationships like and how often do you see your friends? I will amend this because you get different types of relationships in your life. You get familial, friendships, romantic. So if you want to section that out, go ahead. Number 6 is personal life. How are you nourishing your mind, body and soul? What kind of goals are you working towards? And then last, number 7, community. What kind of communities are you a part of? How are you helping others? That was her list of questions. And I do know some people have things outside of these things or the 12 areas of life. So maybe there was spirituality, I think, on that list, and you're more religious, so you can put religion and then ask yourself, what does your religious practice look like? Or what are you doing in your religion at the moment? Are you part of your congregation? Or are you a part of the youth? Are you a leader? Are you whatever? Ask yourself those things, and you can even section them out even more. So you can do this for your personal life, you can do this for your business. If you want something different for your future, for example, you have a home, but you also have an office in your home, how do you want that to look? If you have a separate office, how do you want that to look? Do you own a holiday home? Is it a winter holiday home or a summer holiday home? What does that look like? Is it part of a business? Or if you own your own business, you could ask, how does my business look like? Who are my clients? What are my employees like? And just really flesh out as much as you can of this painting you've made of your future. Now you have your vision. And the thing is, there might be some pieces missing. For me, like I said, we're circling back. The career section for me was completely blank. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what I wanted my day-to-day to look like. I had no clue. And now I've got a bit of a better idea because I've worked on my 12 areas. I've done my 20% list. I've done my vision exercise. And I know I don't like where I'm working at the moment for a multitude of reasons. I do know I have options going forward, and I want to work on narrowing that list down, fleshing out some more ideas, figuring it out for myself, what I actually want to do, and make a career out of it. So if your picture isn't complete, that's fine. If you have some blank spots, that's fine. If you're on the fence about something, that's fine. But just making sure you are able to see certain parts crystal clear, even if other parts are murky, is going to be so good for you. Because like the areas of life, you can see what is going well and what needs to be maintained and what needs to be completely overhauled and focused on. So that is the point of this episode. Finding a solid vision so that you know what you are doing, where you are going, and what's happening around you. Write that down and look at it really, really hard. And then pull out your 20% list and compare. Have you incorporated any of these 20% things into your future vision? Have the things you said you wanted to work on more been incorporated? If not, adjust it. Have you taken your list of 20 negative % things you want to cut off and incorporated it? Or have you just let it slide? You don't want it in your future, make sure it gets cut off. You want it in your future, make sure you plan for it. Do that. That is always going to help just solidify the vision. And also it's something you can start on immediately. If you said you wanted to work out more because you really got into exercising the last few months of the year, cool. Maybe you want a home gym in your house, or you want to have a good gym in your area because you want. Write that down. Go for it. There's no limits to the future because you don't know what can happen. Anything can happen, and that's the beauty of it. So, done. That was it. That was the exercise. I'm cutting this episode off there, not because I'm not done speaking, but because I've hit all my points. As I said, I'm trying to keep it short, so I'm trying to not go over it, which is why I'm speaking a bit fast. I apologize. I speak fast when I'm excited, and I'm excited about this episode. So, sorry, not sorry. But anyway, I did this exercise for myself. As I said, I loved it. It did help me get good vision, and I've started implementing the stuff I want for myself, and it's doing me so much good, especially mentally, because I've got clarity and focus. So focus for this week, getting this thing done. Do this exercise for yourself. Even if you take one aspect or two aspects a day and visualize it, do that. Slow and steady wins the race. You don't have to take on the whole thing. You can do it piece by piece, but get the homework done for next week because it's going to be a good one. So do the areas of life, do this exercise, make sure your 20% list is ready, and then go for it, because this year is going to be great. I can feel it. I know we say that every year, but like, you build and you build and you build, and that's what happens. We are going to build, getting ready to take off. So yeah, the song of this week is very left, but just bear with me. So this week's song of the week is called Love is Embarrassing by Olivia Rodrigo. It's off her new Guts album, which I absolutely love every single song on the album. Very few artists can claim that from me, but this album, loved every single song. The thing is, the lyrics of the song is what kind of attacked me and didn't want to let me go. So I thought I'd share it, because this is something we all tend to do, especially if you're listening to me. You may be a former people pleaser and you're trying to get out of that, and you also have very perfectionist standards. So I get it. Unfortunately, it's a hard habit to break, and something like the song really emphasizes that. Even if it's in a romantic way, you can kind of take it personally, because it's her personality, where she literally says like, she'll crucify herself for someone else. She'll do everything for them only to be dropped. And that's kind of the same thing that happens. You drop what you are doing for other people. I know I did that as recently as 2 weeks ago, where I was literally ready to do something, wearing the outfit for it, and then nope, stop, changed, did something else for someone else. So it's a lesson that needs to be learned over and over again until it's cemented. We will backslide, we will give in, but just trying, as long as you're trying, you're not failing. The moment you stop trying, you fail. So just keep trying and listen to the song. It's incredible. I think everyone can take something away in their own way from the song. So yeah, my main takeaway was, people who are not worth your time and energy are not worth your time and energy. Let them go, cut them off, move on. Especially there's a lyric where she says like, some second-rate loser who's not worth mentioning. There are people in your life like that. Get them gone. Okay? Get them gone. Anyway, I'm done. I'm gonna finish there, and I hope that you will keep being a better being, and I'll see you in my next episode. Love you. Bye.